ironic, to be honest, that they claim to be intellectuals.
I had a big misunderstanding about this whole issue until a year or so ago, and I came across some research done by the University of Oxford, and I've done a video on this earlier this year actually,
Mhm.
and they wanted to investigate whether or not the religious sense that people have, because most people in the world are religious today,
Hmm.
despite atheism, that they wanted to investigate in a very kind of objective, scientific way if religion was something intrinsic to our human nature or something that children were brainwashed into, something you acquired through culture, parents, priests, whatever. And they came to the conclusion, after exhaustive research, that the religious instinct, the sense of religion, is intrinsic in the DNA of our species. Okay, it's what it is to be human. We human beings would seem to be. We can't help being religious. Is what we're like. So the idea that atheism is a problem that needs to be explained rather than faith. A religious sense seems to be natural to our species. And then it came across another bit of research much more recently. 5 universities in Britain teamed together and did some global research into atheists, to find out what they really believed. I don't know if you heard this absolutely extraordinary research. The University of Kent, I did a whole list. I did a video on this as well, of course. It's such an interesting subject. And they found that the majority of self-described atheists, these are people in Japan, in North America, in Europe, South America, they picked some representative countries around the world for different population groups and different faiths backgrounds. Most atheists on Earth believe in the supernatural. What? How can that be? They believe in angels. They believe in life after death. They say they don't believe in God. But these, you see, when I used to think of atheists, I thought people like Richard Dawkins, the famous British biologist, who is a materialist. So he rejects God, angels, everything. He reduces all phenomena in the universe to his materialistic understanding of the world. But he's not typical of atheists, you would seem. Most atheists do believe in the supernatural. And this would be whether it be atheists in China or in Finland or wherever. So when we say about the rise of atheism, what are we talking about? For most atheists, they do believe in what the Quran talks about. They just don't believe in God. Now, I have no idea why they don't believe in God. Given they believe in everything else, I don't see what the problem is. But it's not that they're materialists who reject the supernatural. No, a minority of atheists do. Most atheists embrace the supernatural. That was the conclusion of this academic research you can see online globally. So I think what we're looking at, this rise of atheism, we're not really looking at what most even atheists are about. We're talking about the kind of public attacks on religion that we see, particularly here in France, for example, where the state routinely closes mosques down who say the wrong thing, and even when the Catholic Church says the wrong thing, they get put down. So it's a kind of an ideology, which is a militant secular ideology, which forces down faith. But ordinarily, if the researchers believe, atheists themselves, more often than not, do believe in the supernatural, life after death, angels and demons. I mean, I have no idea why. If you can believe in angels and demons, why you don't believe in God, I just don't get it. But anyway, this is the case. So my understanding of atheism until I read that was wrong. I thought atheists were like Richard Dawkins.
Yeah.
Most are not. And this is a problem for the Dawa, by the way, and for Christian evangelism. You're going around, oh, you're an atheist, so you don't believe in anything, do you? Well, actually, they may well believe in a whole bunch of stuff that even the Quran teaches, actually. Isn't that amazing? So, all people of faith have a much easier time talking to atheists now because they can perhaps assume a whole bunch of stuff in common, which you wouldn't really get to expect from the label atheist.
Yeah, that's definitely news to me. Well, it's been long enough to look into that.
No, no. It's. I did a video on it, and I was stunned. It was broadcast. The news was mentioned in New Scientist and the British press, and it was like, wow, atheists tend to believe in the supernatural. And I think, whoop! I really did not expect that. So I think the problem is militant secularism, which is an ideology which kind of floats above all this. It is not that people, even atheists. You see, mankind is overwhelmingly religious. Even atheists in the main are religious in a sense. If they're religious, if you believe in supernatural and you believe in angels, I'd say you're religious. I'd say that.
Mhm.
But you could call yourself an atheist. So that's how crazy this whole thing is.
Subhanallah. So I had a question. So this you sharing all these hadith every day or at least regularly, or sharing stuff about Islam, do you believe that this proclivity comes from fitra to an extent?
What, my sharing it? No, so what do you mean?
The tendency that I see in a lot of Muslim channels, like they just love giving dawah, they just love sharing stuff about the religion. Do you think this tendency comes from the fitra?
Well,